Soldiers under the command of Captain Danjou had killed 300 Mexican soldiers and wounded another 500. Tales of the Battle of Cameroon spread throughout Europe, and the reputation of the French Foreign Legion changed overnight from second-rate soldiers to one of the most elite fighting forces in the world. And that's pretty much what they're still thought of today. Battle of St. Jakob an der Burs. These days, people usually don't think of the Swiss as badass warriors, but throughout most of the Middle Ages, they were widely considered the most terrifying army in Europe, and this story is one that helped cement that reputation. It's 1436, and Frederick VII, the Count of Toggenburg, has died without leaving an heir or will. Frederick was the ruler of the canton of St. Gallen, a member of the Swiss Confederacy, and unsurprisingly, dying without a clear succession plan quickly threw the region into chaos. The nearby canton of Zurich quickly claimed Frederick's lands for themselves, and just to be extra dick about it, they cut off grain supplies to other cantons in the area. By 1440, the rest of the Confederacy had had enough of Zurich's behavior and voted them out of the club, and a civil war, now called the Old Zurich War, began. The burgomaster of Zurich, a guy named Stussy, finds himself all alone against the Confederacy, and so he stoops to the most detestable thing any Swiss at the time could ever imagine. He asks the Holy Roman Empire for help. Historically, the Swiss Confederation was formed with the sole purpose of fighting for their independence against the Holy Roman Empire. A canton asking them for help was the most traitorous thing any Swiss could imagine, and as expected, Stussy was branded a traitor. But in 1443, the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick III, not to be confused with the Swiss Frederick VII that just died, agrees to help Zurich and sends 500 knights to help their cause. Stussy leads his combined army into battle, and immediately they're steamrolled by the now completely pissed off Confederation forces. Stussy dies in that battle, and now the Holy Roman Emperor finds himself stuck in a war against the increasingly angry Swiss. So he calls on his friend Charles VI, the King of France, for help. Charles wants to be a bro to the HRE, so he sends his son, the Dauphin, future King Louis XI, with 30,000 mercenaries to Switzerland. These mercenaries, called the Ecochers, which literally translates to the Flayers, were battle-hardened veterans of the 100 Years' War who had now turned to terrorizing commoners in the new period of peace. These men were hungry to once again fight a worthy opponent, but they had no idea just how worthy their new opponents would turn out to be. The French arrive in Switzerland near Basel in August of 1444, and the Swiss Confederation quickly cobbles together a small force of 1,500 young pikemen as a first line of defense against the invaders. In the early morning of August 26, 1444, this small regiment, after having marched all night, finds a French vanguard in a nearby village called Pratin.